Use that. There we go. All right. Sound is working now. Okay. So, let's, Uh-oh. Now I have... Oh. And then that's why I don't have any sounds, because my headphones are turned off. There we go. Now I have sound. Alright. So, No Man's Sky just recently released their 4.0 update, where they changed the inventory, they changed a lot of stuff. The game has been pretty much rebalanced on a lot of things. Prices are different for everything and stuff like that. I've been playing... I'm going to show you my save I have, but we're going to make a new save. But a lot of things are different. Ships are more expensive. Ships are a lot more expensive. Things you sell for a lot less. It is very much a thing. So it's harder to make money. They nerfed all of the farming things as far as I can tell. Put me underneath the base. So, I think it was Indium, I think is how you pronounce it, farms that were the main money makers. They're worth not even half of what they were before. I think they're worth like 1/6 of what they were before. So yeah, they completely and totally gutted the way to make money right now. There's still ways to make money, but the people haven't really discovered just yet what the new way to make money is. The new farming and everything. So, like I said, it just released a couple of days ago. So, I think it released like last Friday. Now Monday of the next week. So, they have updated the inventory, as you can see. This is your inventory now. You have these little things there. They do not sort. They just highlight the items. You have a technology tab, you have a cargo tab. You no longer have a general tab. You no longer can put your technology down into here and have it work. So like this, I can't put this down here. Can't put this down here. All I can do is package it to put it down there, which is the X button. But that means you can take all of your technology mods and everything. You can't take like your life support and things, but you can take anything on your starship. You can take all these mods and everything, put them down here, store them, put them in your inventory, of course, if you're going to change your ship, things like that. If you're going to change your ship, you know, put it in your regular inventory. But if you're just going to be buying a new ship, you don't have to do that. And the multi-tool is a lot bigger. Pretty much, when you get a multi-tool maxed out in inventory slots, you can pretty much put everything, all the different damaging scanners and all that stuff into here, and you get ridiculous damage. I have a 3600 damage B class right now with what I have off in here. So yeah, they did a bunch of changes and things. I found some cool planets and things. Started down here, didn't I? Let's see. Looking for this one. Yeah, I started on this area. I'll show you my main base. This area right here is like a activated copper place and star bulbs, I think it is. Bulb activated copper, yeah. So I have various bases on things. Like I found a trade area, so I've made a base there. Frost crystals, cactus flesh, hot stuff for solarium, I think it's called. Another star bulb area, salt, and this is the current system deal there. And the various things there. We'll go to my normal base so you can take a look at that. Like I said, I've only been playing since the release of the update Friday, and I got home from work. So I haven't gotten very far. I have gotten pretty far with the NPCs you can hire and things like that, but that's about it. I have a storage container here, of course. Appearance changer over here, some lights, teleporters, basically all is up in here. Then I have this other area where all of the NPC guys are. Farmer, the overseer, a large refinery back there. My scientist, weapon person, the exocraft. I have the exocraft I've practically done. I've unlocked all of them. Except for the Minotaur. I don't think I've unlocked the Minotaur and the others that you gotta unlock yourself. I got a biodome farm here with things. Harvest there. I've finished the farm stuff. This over here was a first area set up for farming things. Got my galactic terminal there. Out here is where my ship landing pad is. A save beacon, which I don't really need since all the way over here is another save beacon, but I put one down because it wanted me to. Things like that. So yeah, this is the planet I actually started on. It was a nice planet, so I decided to keep it. I kind of built next to a cave deal right there. So I've discovered all of the animals and things that are on the area. So like I said, it's a nice place. I haven't renamed it or anything like that. It's a economy engineering adequate, conflict level 2 with dominant life forms of Korvax, which I do like the Korvax a lot more than any of the other guys. There's no sentinels, medium flora, frequent fauna, weather is gamma dust, so it's an irradiated place, gamma root, magnetized ferrite, uranium, copper. So this is pretty much a nice start. Uranium for your launch thrusters on your ship, the copper for pretty much building everything, magnetized ferrite for easy access to something above ferrite dust if you want it. That makes building the dome things right here a lot easier because they cost like ferrite. And gamma root as a food deal if you want. I got a bunch of waypoints I found. I've discovered 8 flora. All the fauna has been discovered. 10 minerals discovered. It's a nice area. It's actually a pretty nice system overall. There's a Star Bowl Paradise planet with copper, paraffin, and cobalt. A frost crystals place with frost crystals, copper dioxide, and more ferrite. Copper, gold, and cobalt. And a shattered planet. And a viridescent planet with star bulbs, copper, paraffin, and salt. And these are all the other things I've explored here. I've been playing, if you didn't see it when I loaded up to save, I've been playing on relax mode. I've been having a lot of fun on relax mode, so I'm going to, when we make our new save, I'm going to continue having a lot of fun in relax mode. I'm still rocking the starter ship. I have had no problems whatsoever with the starter ship here. I've been looking to upgrade, but I haven't found anything I've liked or not been able to afford anything right now. I like haulers basically in this game, so that's what I've been looking for. But everything got really expensive. I found one that was decent. It wasn't in the large class of the hauler. It was a medium class hauler, but I decided to pass on it because I wanted a large class, but I should have just picked up the medium and just went with it. It was an A rank too. I could afford it without trading in my ship. It was like 11 million at the time, and I had a little bit over the money I needed. I would have been totally broke, but I could have afforded it. But yeah, so this is the base. I had fun with it. It was a lot of fun. Going to have to come back and do, of course, other things on our new save we're going to be doing. So this was fun. Little diversion. I was waiting on patches because there was broken things with the patches here. Like the inventory was bugged in that you could not get more than 30 or so slots here, and I think like 60 or 80 slots down here. You were supposed to get 60 technology slots and 120 cargo slots, and the starship was the exact same thing, except for you can only get 100 slots in cargo unless you're a hauler, which will allow you to get 120. But the multi-tool was fine at that point. I think the multi-tool didn't have anything wrong with it. The exocrafts, I think, were okay. They might have needed stuff. I didn't really hear anything about the exocrafts. I just heard about your regular inventory and your starship being not upgradable enough. And they fixed that. They released a patch on Saturday, I think, evening. Fixed all that. But there is still some bugs. Now, I think this is a bug. I'm not sure. So in relax mode, you have the ability to use base power for free. You don't have to hook up anything. I just built this thing because it asked me to. I could disable it if I get rid of it if I wanted to. But on your base computer, you have this base auto power thing, and you can turn it on or off, whichever you want, and it allows you to have free power. You don't have to build power for anything. It's just automatically powered. I don't have the wire hiding thing or the portal. It's just not hooked up to power. But now this is where I'm not sure if this is a bug or not. The gas minerals, the gas extractor, the mineral extractors don't work. They require power. You have to have power no matter what. If you have that option turned on or off or anything, you have to have power on them. So I think that's a bug. So yeah, I think that's a bug. I'm hoping it'll get fixed pretty soon because it was kind of disappointing. I thought maybe I could you know, just put down an extractor, but it's not working. So there's a power hotspot over there, but there's a gas hotspot over there. I'm going to go ahead and go over here. I did it on the other planet we were on just a minute ago. I want to check and see if it works over here on this planet. And there's some vortex cubes I haven't even picked up to sell. I just got money lying around. Got some little guys like that in here. If I take my ship, it'll go too far. So I don't want to go too far. It'll like overshoot it by a lot. Over this way. I'm going. think it's going to be like right next to this rock thing here, maybe. A little bit past it down here. Right here on this heel. Here's right here. Now it's a C class, so it's not that great. Can I build here? No. I might have to put down a base computer. Okay. Can I build... Oh, I gotta claim it first. I was just wanting to try this out because it didn't work before. Stick. Base auto powers is enabled. I've had it come up and say it was disabled before when I've put down a new base, so I always check it. So if we go to here... Down here. This thing? Oh... Ah, here they are. It's a gas extractor. I have what I need to put one down. So... Yeah, see? It says it still needs power. And let me see if I can just like hook it up or something. So supply depot need in-minute bleeding.
Product constructed.
And pipes. Yeah, it would make oxygen, of course, but it doesn't work because there's no power. Even though this is supposed to be feeding power, it's not working. If I disable that and then enable it again. Yeah. Let's see here. New autosave saves every minute. So just need to wait a minute until it updates itself. Don't know if it'll do it while I'm in the menu or not. Oh, there's a dude over here that landed. What the hell? Hey, get back here. I was gonna look at you. You're an Explorer C class anyway. Eh. Okay, let's reload. And let's see if that fixes it. Sometimes you have to reload in this game for things to work sometimes, but it doesn't look like this time. Yep, still nothing. Yep. So it doesn't work. It's supposed to work. I'm not sure why it doesn't work. Let's see. I need to get some gold if I was going to put one of those down.
Radiation protection.
It needs some more chromatic metal, things like that. I don't even think it would work because it's got the power indicator on it. I'm gonna put the biofuel reactor down.
Product constructed.
Maybe I just need to jump start it.
Technology recharge.
This damn thing is going to run for 49, is that hours? It's using all of it though, so I would need one for each one. 50 kp used, 50 kp available, so it's working now. So it still works. Gives me 215 every hour, 9 minutes or so. It's going to take a while. So yeah. Yeah, it just doesn't work, unfortunately. Alright, it's just something I wanted to try to see if it was just like that planet or something, but no. It's this thing. I guess I should go try the miner. Oh. Well, there's going to be one that way. As long as you can hear the deal, if you head in that direction, it should be one over there. It's just not showing up. I just want to see if it's just the gas extractor or if it's actually... or if it's actually the thing, or if it's actually all of them. Okay, so there is one this direction. Now I am on the, yeah, I'm on the mining one. It's enabled.
Technology recharge.
We need some chromatic metal and some metal plating. I'm pretty sure this is not going to work. Needs 100. Okay. I have 15. Yeah, not gonna work. The same as the other one. It's offline. Give me magnetized ferrite though. It's an A class, so that's bad density. A class though. Usually density is like 80 or something. 80%. That's like 58%. That's barely A class, I think. Yeah, well, that's unfortunate. That's one thing I would like them to fix, you know. So let's go ahead and just go to the new game. So we're going to make a new game here. I do love the custom settings, and I like relaxed. I usually leave it on the normal settings for relax. I don't really change anything. So health and shields, protect against environmental hazard, generalized life support. The thing though is I also think this is kind of bug because I've only ever had to on health hazards and health. There's nothing I have to do with my life support at all. It does not include life support. You would have to go to full to get life support. Needing to fill up life support. I've never had to fill up life support at all because my sprinting doesn't take life support. And there's really nothing else that takes life support. I've never really needed to fill it up. Survival difficulty is relaxed, so this allows you to be out into. You don't really need, as you saw, I had those toxic deal that is it protection on top of my hazard protection. Once it ran out, I didn't need it. You saw me you just saw me ignore it a lot. So it is really nice. You don't need that. You don't really need the thing or protection on certain things. This is just all about relaxing, you know, as it's named. And then where natural resources are abundant. I think this is bugged. I've seen people be playing on scarce, the hardest one, and they won't have as many, of course, but when they find a deal of like copper in the ground that you have to terrain mine up, it's big as hell. They're getting like 400 or 500, sometimes 600. I think I saw one person get like almost 800 copper from one deal. I think what this does is on abundant, it makes them small, but there's a lot of them. On scarce, there's not a lot of them, but they're really, really big when you find them. I think that's kind of backwards. But what do I know? Sprinting, relaxed. This just means you don't have a life support cost to sprinting, but it still requires breaks to recharge, so you do have a cooldown on your sprint. Scanner recharge very fast. Damage levels minimum, so you don't receive much damage. Technology damage none. You could turn this on to minimum. Basically, technology damage is if you fall from a great height, instead of really hurting you now on health wise, it can still hurt, but the main thing is it will break your technology. So if you break your life support, you really need to fix that quickly. It's usually just costs like ferrite dust to fix those things. And you do the, not sure how familiar you are with this, but there is a very fast movement ability where you melee punch and then use your jetpack, and you'll move horizontally really, really quickly. You mainly do it when you're coming off of a cliff, so you get down it real quickly. Don't really do it going up because it's horizontal movement, not vertical. And if you mistime it, usually you can, the old way, you would kill yourself, especially if you were on the harder difficulties where you took more damage. If you were on like standard or higher challenging difficulty, you would just kill yourself when you took damage from full health even. Or you would take half your health. Now you don't take as much health damage, if any. You just break your technology when you do that, and it's very, very capable of breaking it a whole lot. So it's a thing. Death consequences. This is where your permadeath thing is. If you don't choose a permadeath up here, this is your save deleted. That is your permadeath mode without having it in permadeath. No items lost or standard. Standard, you drop your items, but you can go back and get them. Items destroyed just means they're gone. Crafting and item settings, so your fuel usages for your equipment and everything can be discounted, free, standard, expensive. Discounted is fine. Crafting is standard. That's the only two things, is you can either craft everything for free, which is creative mode, or you can just do standard, which standard, you know. You can recipe and blueprints, you can just set it to either you learn them or they're all unlocked for you, which is creative mode. Purchases are discounted, standard, expensive, free, so you could set it to free, buy whatever you wanted, then set it, because you can change these settings at any time while you're in game. I don't think you can change it to like permadeath without it, or if you do change it to permadeath, you can't change back out of it. Discounted, standard, expensive. So that would, all those prices we saw were discounted prices. They were on relaxed. Goods availability, abundant. If you're on standard now, which was the normal difficulty before, you can no longer purchase life support or ion batteries or fuel for your starship from galactic terminals anywhere. You only get them if you're on abundant. So if you want to be able to buy those things, you'd have to have it on abundant. If you don't care, you can put it on standard or scarce. Inventory stack limits. Standard is like normal, like the normal difficulty. Restricted is the survival difficulty. Harsh is even more deals. I think like harsh, like a stack of like copper, I think is at max 300 on harsh, if I remember correctly. Also, like Gravitino balls are like 3, if I'm not mistaken, as a stack size. Enemy strength, weak. Minimum on combat. Space combat. Creatures defensive. So weak just makes them not really hurt you much at all. On foot combat. This is where you can just turn off combat altogether if you want. You can have it on none. Same with space combat. If you do not want to play space combat at all, you can turn that to none and you will never fight anything in space. I don't know how this affects your freighter, your first freighter, because it's guaranteed. You're guaranteed to get a freighter fight thing that you have to fight off every 5 jumps. If you haven't had one in the last hour. So I don't know how this would affect that. I don't know if you just can never get that to come up and never get that free freighter or what. Creatures, you can choose passive where they would never attack you whatsoever, even if you try to kill them, or defensive where they will try to kill you when you kill them, or predators on, which is like normal things. Tutorial missions. Disabling the tutorial actually makes the game a whole lot easier. When you have the tutorial on, you do the standard run through at the beginning of the game, and you're damaged. You have to fill up your hazard protection, your life support, and things like that. With it disabled, you're completely fine, and your ship is barely damaged at all. I think you still need to make things for your ship, like the hermetic seal and things like that, but it's not as bad. And you can, as soon as you make your visor, you can head directly to your ship. You can also make the I think you can go ahead and make the advanced mining laser, no problem. I think you could go ahead and make the not just the scanning visor. You can also make the scan, not the scanning visor, the advanced visor or whatever. You can make that whenever you want. I'm just going to leave that enabled. This is nice, the infinite inventory transfer range. That means you can just access your ship no matter where you are. You can leave your ship on the other side of the planet and you can still access it to transfer inventory to it. I love this, and I will probably never turn it off again. Hyperdrive system access. This is where if you want to, you can set it where you can go anywhere without having to have the hyperdrive special things to go to the different colored stars. I personally just going to leave it on specialized. I like having to have those things, but you can turn that off if you want. Base power is free. This, like I said, this I think is bugged, especially for the, as you saw with the gas extractors and the gas miner, the mineral extractors. They did not seem to accept this. Reputation and standing gain. I had it relaxed. It's already on fast. You can put it on very fast. And starting slots, you can either start with standard regular number of inventory slots, or you can max it out first thing where you don't have to get any. So I'm just going to be playing on the regular relax settings, not changing anything. If I want to eventually, if I just, after I get all of the specialized things for the hyperdrive and I have them installed and everything, I might just eventually, when I get to the point where I can't fit anything anymore without paying a lot of money in my spaceship, I'll probably just switch this to unrestricted and just get rid of them. That would be probably the only thing I changed. I don't think I would change anything else in here. If after I get a freighter and I just don't want to do anything with space combat, I can just turn it off if I want. But I think I'm just going to keep all these on, especially for now. So let's go in and let's see what we can do here. And start her up. Already been 37 minutes. Let's initialize.
Commencing Atlas system suit initialization. Life support systems activated.
We're on a cold planet. Facing a cliff. Minus 77.5. 0.2 rads, 1.7 toxics. That's not bad, actually. Cold planets are really good to start off on.
Aerial propulsion jetpack online.
Jetpack, we have our scan thing that's broken actually right now.
Multi-tool and mining laser attachment operational.
Multi-tool.
User initialization sequence complete.
Frostbound planet, wintry, none, no sentinels, floor fair. Okay. Okay, so we need to get some turret dust. Let's see, multi-tool.
Prepared.
There we go.
Technology recharge.
There we go. All right. No analyst visor. That's what I was trying to say earlier.
Starship signal detected.
Where's my starship? Ah, right. Of course, it's on top of a cliff. Over here and see this guy. Also, X. Go over here to set it utilities. F. And here, control 9. And exit out of that and control map. I like being in first person mode a lot. So if you don't like that setting, I'm sorry. I like it personally. Let him explode while we go around to his back. We'll kill him once we get the other oxygen. I have a lot of these. I've been running into a lot of these crab things on the planet. Alright, so some dehydrogen is nice. I need some of the hydrogen jelly, of course. There's a cave right here. It's nice. Now, the reason that is nice is because these things here did have cobalt in them. Looks like they have secondary things too, which unfortunately we don't have visor to tell us what it is yet. But I need the cobalt because the cobalt gives us makings for batteries and life support things. We need more sodium. Is that a freaking... What the hell is that? I don't know. Some carbon. Dirt dust is nice. Pure ferrite in these things. Interesting. We've got pure ferrite on the hill here. Stores of oxygen here. Sodium. Not as much sodium as my last planet though. On my rad planet I had a lot of sodium. Well, here we go. Gotta climb the mountain, unfortunately. I have no idea how I'm going to do that. We're kind of in the caldera here. That's just like straight up, so that's not going to work. Okay. Grab some more dehydrogen here while we're here. Recharge. Dude. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to like go around here. Climb out over here on this edge. Into like a caldera type thing. I forgot, do these guys have... Are these for life support or... Yeah, they do life support, not what you call it. I think I'm just gonna have to head over here to this edge and get out. definitely. Oh. Well, there's some of those things over there, but I can't get those because I don't have the hazmat gloves. Yeah. Let's see. I think the best thing is going to be climbing this thing here. If I can. I'm not even sure I can. I don't have the terrain manipulator to make it climbing easier either, so that's not going to be fun. Yeah, that's pretty much a sheer cliff also. Yeah, I'm gonna go over here and check and see if I can get up to here on this thing. This looks like it's possible here. Maybe, but apparently not. Yeah, that's not gonna be working either. Damn. It's pretty much a solid way up all around here. Yeah, I don't know. This is so strange. I think these guys are like porcupines or something, but they swim on snow. Did I break anything? I don't think I can break anything. I'm just hoping this way will lead to something, man. This might work. Okay, pop in. Here. Not even gonna try to rob you. I'll just kill you instead. Alright. Go down here for a second.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
Wish I had my analysis visor so I could see if there's like... I think there are things down up in here. Don't see any dangerous flora, which is kind of strange. But there are apex cubes in here, which is money. That's nice. Oh, we got some money if we can get to our ship. Oh, here they are. I was wondering where you guys were. See, the thing about those is they don't activate unless you've looked at them. So it's really nice on that part. I don't know. This is kind of... maybe? What the hell? How the hell did I do that? I have no idea how the hell I did that. I think what happened is I caught the edge a couple of times and that helped keep me. Yep, that didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work at all. All right. Well, let's try going back up again. Yeah, it's like I'm catching something right in this area that's keeping my guy with the stuff right now. I want to go over that way because that's like a shortcut to it, but I may have to walk around. I'm going to see if I can do the... Here! Come on! Ah, yes. Thank you. Alright. That'll save me a lot of time walking around here. He says as he looks around in a different direction. Go around the hole in the ground. It's apparently mineable. Oh. Well, shit. Okay. Apparently I gotta do a lot more walking around anyway. Okay. Oh, come on. Let me up. Don't fall. Yes, I know. I know. It's alright though. We're on relaxed difficulty, so we don't have to worry about it so much. Yeah, we're just gonna have to go around here. What's this? Oh, I thought I saw some crates up here. It was that ship. Okay. Shit. Give me up. Okay. I go down this. Come here, sodium. I need you. Alright. Sodium. Ah. More sodium. Ah. Sodium. Can't get that one. Can't get that one. Ah, you little bastards. Teasing me. Hey, teasing me. Ah, here we go. Some supplies here. See what we get. Could use some copper. Hydrogen, dehydrogen, sodium, and health, which I'm not already at full, so it doesn't matter. Alright. I'd like to have that oxygen, please. There's a lot of these explodey pants around. Oh. Well. I can't open the Atlas thing. Also, I'm wondering, did they change the way the Atlas things work? Because when I made one, I didn't need it again. I didn't need to make another one. It always was in my inventory. I don't know if that was a thing for relaxed mode or if that's like standard now. Because if I remember correctly, used to you had to make an Atlas pass every time you wanted to open one of those crates. That's why they weren't worth opening. But if that's true, that you can just make one pass for that tier and have it forever, that means it's kind of worth it. I mean, it does take up an inventory slot, so you do have to weigh that. But still, that would actually be really freaking nice. I mean, you wouldn't want to do it right away. That's not what you want to spend your first thing unlocks on. You would actually want something else. And here it is. We got our patch of oxygen, of course, next to it. Normal. In case you don't know, you should always have some kind of patch of oxygen next to where your ship is crashed. Yet. Go ahead and open these things first. Yes. Yeah, nanites. Unfortunate. I started with an S tier module. The first one of those I opened in my last world. It was for aquatic breathing, though, so not really helpful. I wasn't on an aquatic planet. I was actually on a rad planet, so no water whatsoever. Yes, I'm a traveler anomaly. Thank you. Yes, I'm compliant. Yes, I'm on the ship. Restore point. Saved. Okay. I need to make a metal plating. I think I'm supposed to get back on the ship now, aren't I? Yeah. Request assistance since I don't know how to craft it. We go here to search for a seal. There's not going to be one, of course. Take our planetary chart. Use our planetary chart. Filter. Which is, of course, great. In the opposite direction of the crater, which is nice. I don't want to go back down there. I had a hard enough time trying to get out of that. All right, so let's see. Let's scan. We're going to need some sodium on the way because we are going to be running into a storm. While you're heading towards this place, after a certain time, as long as you head in this, or on this quest and heading in this direction, you will get a storm, guaranteed. You will get a storm no matter what, as long as you're on this quest to this place. Yep, here it is. Now there's some sodium over there if I want, but I think I have like more than enough. In fact, can I make a battery? Yes, I can. Right. I think that's a big giant hydrogen jelly. Yeah, I can't mine it without advanced laser. So we're at 135 and falling on the freezometer. -157 minus. That's very cold. But fine. And up we go. And we are. Alright. This. For supplies. Always look for these cubes to grab what is in them. Hopefully you would grab navigation data, because you can use those for maps, and that's how you can get money early, by mapping out planetary stuff. Learn word. Korvax. Okay, so we're in a Korvax system. You will always learn the word of the main species of the area. So when you learn a word, if you haven't seen any species whatsoever, when you learn your first word, you will learn that word for that species name. So Korvax. So we are in a Korvax system. Storm has not died down yet, which is strange. We can restore shield, but we shouldn't need that. And there is, unfortunately, nothing else here. Okay. Wants me to fix my... wants me to install it and fix it, which needs a carbon nanotube, which I can do like so. And that, and then we have our analyst visor. There's our ship. And this thing, and this thing. Copper deposit, knowledge stone. I have no idea what those are. Subterranean relics should be more vortex cubes. Anything else? Well, the storm's over, so that's nice. Alright, so there should be... usually... there's not one here. That's interesting. Cargo drop over there. Usually at these things, maybe it's not, maybe it's because it doesn't have one, or maybe it's the quest deal. There's usually one of those damaged machines that you can open, and then also there will always be a salvage data that you can get, buried data stuff down in the ground. Knowledge stones. You, that's over there, but I can't get that. Well, actually, technically, I can get that because it's bugged right now. There's silver. Silver on this planet. I haven't scanned the planet, so I don't know what it has on it. Oh, it do. Silver, dioxide, and copper. Well, I've kind of figured on dioxide, but silver is kind of interesting. We could get some money off of that. We are in a manufacturing fledgling economy. dangerous conflict level, and core backspurs. The reason why that is interesting is because they're the research people. Unfortunately, that also means that they are very much interesting. They're very much don't have haulers. If you want a hauler, you have to go to a GEC place, I think. Usually you get different ship things. There's one of those right there. And the stalactite or stalagmite. I can never think. I think it's like stalactite because it holds tight to the ceiling, and it's stalagmite when it's coming up from the ground, if I remember correctly. So there's cobalt and silver in these things. Interesting. There's those things up there on the deal. Just subterranean relic right over here. I decided to activate because I was near them and I'd looked at them earlier. Get out of here. Yeah, unfortunately it's like in through the wall, so I can't pick it up. Not that one anyway. You can pick up the, right now there's a bug going on where you can pick up the buried technologies through the ground. First person, you can do it in any mode, but first person makes it easier. Usually there's 3 of them, but it looks like this time there were only 2. Damaged machinery, wheat. Can't pack that. Harder drop. Scan this thing. What's it got? Ferrite and hydrogen. How are we doing on... let me organize my inventory real quick. I need to do something about that. So those cobalt needs to go into my starship. That goes down there. Ferrite. See here. There. I'm gonna leave those there. I might get those other things later. This is all stuff that needs to be broken down. That needs to go into our ship. Alright. Now I'm kind of organized. Alright, so I would like to get more cobalt, but not right now. We'll get that later. I'd be fine without it. So there was that building I had marked, and I've done lost where it is. Okay, this guy come up to the ridge and it was in the direction that our ship is in, which is... Ah, there it is. I still want to go fix our ship, I guess, first. We missed it, like, by an inch. there's some planets for us out there. The planet with a ring on it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 planets, it looks like, out there in the world. We want to head back to a starship first. See, that's what breaks your technology when you don't do it correctly. When you don't do it correctly and you take damage, that's what breaks your technology. When you have it where it can break it. I think I need some more ferret dust. This is grab these things here. Maybe some more carbon too. I think I have enough dehydrogen jelly for one thing. Oxygen. Have to scan these things. Ferret dust and dehydrogen. Tiny rocks have ferret dust and oxygen in them. That's kind of weird, but okay. Grab some more dehydrogen while we're here. This thing. That's some dehydrogen, of course. They have different types, apparently. Cobalt and carbon and pure ferrite. Okay. The big ones. Alright, so we can repair our pulse engine now because we have the thing. Go. Let's see, we need to make a dehydrogen jelly. Then we need to put down our portable deal, which we can't because we don't have a metal plating. Yeah, we're just there. Can't go any lower than 10. And I need some do I need? I need pure ferrite, I think. I need to make this. I need to make 50 of it. Go. Launch thrusters. No, I'm not picking up the reportable refiner yet because we got stuff to refine. Okay, so this will give me more ferret dust. Now, this comes to the boring part, unfortunately. This is where you really need to manage your inventory early on, especially when you don't have many slots. You want to get everything you can. Do everything you can to get this stuff out of your inventory. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. I don't remember. I know you get it back on the fuel deal, But do you get all of it back? I don't know. I don't remember. Yes. And then we have these goop to turn into the viscous fluids. I thought it was where you only get like a quarter of it back, of however much is left. I don't think you get the full thing back. That's why it's not good to, if you're going to pick it up a lot, to not fill it up. Use as much of it out as you can. It's been an hour and 18 minutes. I think we'll go until we get off of the planet and into a deal. Now we make living slime. I'm not going to refill this up. I'm just going to use what's in here. We'll just take the inventory hit here. And pick it up. And there we go. Okay. Take off. There we go. Now, before we go into the stars, I want to find what is in this building here. Ah, it's a galactic terminal. So we can straight up get some money right now by selling our things that we got, our vortex cubes. Got a microprocessor out of that. That's nice. Guard it. Waypoint here. Okay. Oh, it is a galactic terminal. I was fixing to say it's not a. No. Oh. It's not a galactic terminal. It's a log terminal. We just got some nanites out of it. Ah, well, that's unfortunate. There's. Oh, yeah, I could scan those guys. Copper, more subterranean relics over there, but I said I don't. Oh, that's this thing. That's what that is, right? Yeah, that's what that is. Okay, cargo drop. Ah, he disappeared, you little bastard. I can scan this thing. This. Grab some things here. And there's machinery. Buried mineral formation, which, while interesting, does not help me at all. Some subterranean relics again in there. There's subterranean relics everywhere over this place, which is nice. That gives us money early. Takes a while, but it does give us some money. And this little guy. You know what? I'm just going to walk over here to this. I don't even know if I'll be able to grab it with the little trick or not. But I guess I'll show it off. So basically the hitboxes of these things have changed in a big way, in that as long as you're really on level ground and you're right over it, you can do it in third person, but first person is of course the easiest way. Oh, well. Sure. There's also some of these in the world right now. We got 2. Cool. Alright. So here is the thing. Right over here. I don't know. It looks like it might be buried on a hill, so we may not be able to grab it. Let's see. So when you do this, get right above it. Just like that. That's 2. Salvage data. That's nice. And we'll put this in our inventory. Nanites or module nanites, of course. Alright, so let's see. Want this down here, this down here. Actually, I usually keep this in my starship because it's navigation data, of course. Let's see. Let's put this in our starship like it's supposed to be. Let's put it next to... let's put it over there. We have some of that. This can go down here. This can go right here. This can go next to it. That can go next to it. Put that there because this is the order it goes in. Put that over there. Make one of those if I need it. Ferret diced up there. Some oxygen, some dehydrogen, and all that stuff right there. We can make this if we want. Okay. So now we have 10% increased life support tanks if we need it. Make 5 of those. If you want to know that it needs cobalt and ferret diced, not very expensive whatsoever. There's launch fuel, so that needs dehydrogen and a metal plating. Dehydrogen jelly. Carbon nanotube. If we use the craft steps, we can, of course, go ahead and make the housing as much as we want, but this is locked, so we can't make that yet. That's a very nice feature that they added. Crafting steps. Just hit the crafting tree thing. Like this, we need a couple dehydrogen jellies if we're going to make these. You know what? I will make let's make 5 of them. Really? It didn't make it for some reason. Hold on. There we go. I'm pushing the E key instead of the thing. So this should let me make those. Put this like over here with that stuff, and then we have that. In case we need it. We shouldn't need it at all. I made like 5 of them like right when I started, and I never once needed it. Nutrient processor to generate edible products. Put that on us. Yep. Ah, here's another thing over here. So do this one. Is there a buried thing around? Cargo drop. Uranium relic. This one that's up in the air? No? Yeah, see, it's kind of finicky when you're on a hill like this. You're on a hill. Very finicky. Yeah, it doesn't want me to have it, so we'll just skip it for right now. Some oxygen, okay, dehydrogen. No. Ah, here it is. Let's just say, where the hell did the thing go? This is what I mainly came over here for. More nanites, of course. Always hoping for that S-class thruster pack module. What I always hope for, but I never get. Hi. How y'all doing? I'm taking off. Bye, everybody. Thanks for all the fish. Here we go to save the day. Up and away. More up and away. Alright. 5 planets, 1 moon, Korvax, manufacturing fledgling, dangerous conflict club. Means you'll run into some ship battles, maybe. Alright, so we're in space. Yay. Control 9, please. Not let me... did it reset itself, or is it like... Ah, it's not on here. There we go. There we go. That's what I wanted. Pulse! Away! Yay! Also, as you notice, I don't use tethered. I don't like tethered. Let's enter the start queue. 16, 16, 16, 16. I'm 16, 16, 16, 16. How about you? And of course, I'm not alone. Kind of hard to be alone in the universe, my friend. I mean, there's animals all over this planet we were just on. I did not mean to shoot the planet. I'm sorry.
Navigational data received.
Navigation data. Ah, wants me to go over there. Do you? Man, that's a big ass mushroom cloud there. Wow, look at that. That's pretty. I like that. So, I wonder if this will blow up with us in it if we shoot in it. I don't think so. Let's mine out some asteroid here. Looks like we're just mainly getting silver, which is kind of nice, but not what we really wanted. I was looking for like trinium. Really what I want. But it's nice to have some silver. Put that down there. We can just sell it if we want to. So let's see, what do we have here? Come on, scan it for me. Here we go. Ah, we got a fungal planet with ammonium. Okay, that's nice to know. We're gonna need that later. We're gonna need that later. What are you? Cactus flesh. We'll also do that. Ancient bones. Ooh. Okay, so ancient bones is nice. That's more money. That's more money than the cubes. That's more money than the cubes. Let's see. Please fill that for me. Thank you. So that's some trinium. That's more trinium. That's nice. I was hoping for a really big asteroid field, which looks like there is some, like, right over here. Yeah. I'd like quantity over quality trinium deals, thank you. Oh, it's giving me silver. So let's see. That up. That's a gold nugget. So we have some gold now too. Gold and platinum is what everybody's thinking is going to be the next farming thing. Get. I want to get at least 1,000 trinium. If we can. Silver. There we go. All right. One thing we're missing, uranium. So this goes into our pulse engines, but we need something for the launch thrusters, which we can make with the hydrogen. Okay. So either uranium or the launch thruster fuel. Okay. So in that case, I'm going to be making, like, again, like a stack or something. I don't know.
Product constructed.
Oh, shit. Fuck. Okay. That's my fault. I thought it needed the hydrogen jelly, not these things. Shit. Okay. Huh. It don't take the... Yeah, it doesn't take the dihydrogen jelly. That takes pyrite, so we can... If we didn't want the tritium, we could use the pyrite. Got a rocket launcher, a photon cannon. Do this all down to here. Put our shield, like, right there, and we'll slip a spot in between in case we get a... You know, damn it. That was, not good. I don't want to use the pulse drive because I want to scan things, actually. Get over here. I want to scan these last two planets, or moon and planet, whatever. Still not close enough to scan. There we go. What do we got? Starbulb, copper, prafium, cobalt. I take a quick look at this one. Copper, basalt, cobalt. I haven't ran into salt before. I think that's all the planets. Yeah. So no uranium planet. That's a big thing. So I'm going to have to get a lot of dehydrogen again. Alright. Oh, hey, there's that moon I think there was something. And I can't scan it unless I have the marker, the still on it. It's a bunch of silver, I don't care. Come on. Give me the... I want the marker for that thing. Please finally scan that. Just not let me close enough. Okay, so nothing here. So no uranium in this system, which means no easy way to refill our launch thrusters, which is not good. I was hoping to see the place without having to land and do the thing. But it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. Usually on these things, the marker will be pretty close to where you need to go. So you'll find it before you land, really, if you look around. Whatever building it is you're looking for or something, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen this time. They're 90 something that way. All right. Let's do some scanning. This time we got the scans the sand critters. Oh. How does he... I mean, I guess he just waits. Why can't I scan this guy? The sand turtle. The sand turtle. I need this dehydrogen. Excuse me. Sorry. Don't mean to scare you, but I need dehydrogen badly because I fucked up. I fucked up and turned my stuff into dehydrogen jelly when I needed it to be dehydrogen. Yes. Thank you. Any more? I take your whole stock. Really? Nothing more? Okay. All right. Let's make the fuel. Not what I wanted to do. Increase the number. I can only make 4. I was wanting to make 10, but another dehydrogen. Need more. Need more. How about I do this? Let me see dehydrogen. What is that? Well, there's it's a kangaroo. It's a two-tailed kangaroo. It's a two-tailed kangaroo, man. Well, I don't think they have front legs, though. So maybe not totally kangaroo. Uranium-rich plant. Okay, not what I need. And that is... Ah, dehydrogen. Hello. I need you. Give me all you have. I would love you forever if you would just fill my inventory. Thank you. Need more. Also, we were supposed to end this a few minutes ago, but dehydrogen takes precedence. I need to craft more. I'm out of dehydrogen again. More. What are you going to give me? You're going to give me a bunch of sodium. Oh, microprocessor. All right. Scan you? No, I haven't. I have now. Looking for dehydrogen, please. Oh, hey. Sector navigation beacon. This is where it's sending me to. Yeah. It wants me to speak to that guy, but that'll take a minute. Yeah, I was supposed to end this like 10 minutes ago. But first, loot. Start the place. All right, here I am. What'd you get? $16. That's me. I'm 16. Hey, thank you for the terrain manipulator. All right. So I need to select the terrain manipulation in the log. Need to install that. Very much. That and a carbon nanotube. Just did one? No, I need 2 of them. Okay. Go. And done. Yes. Terrain manipulation. Now I can dig up shit. It still doesn't allow me to get those things. The big crystals, though. It wants me to gather copper. That's a natural burial site. I'll actually go grab it before I go grab any kind of copper. That'll allow me. I can get into that now. Thank you. Also, I think the natural burial sites, you can just do that the same thing you can with the deals. And these. I thought it must have been those guys. I thought it was a sandworm, actually. I thought the sandworm was out with all the shaking that was going on. We're back. Gun. Traveler! Yay, I'm a traveler. I know my name now. How to speak it in Corvex. Ooh, there's another one. So if you go over here, you can do the exact same thing. Okay. And there's another one like right here. There's the really expensive one, I think. And then we got the blue again. And these things are different on each planet, so scan those when you find them. Also, use your mining tool on it. Don't use your terrain manipulator on that. Hey, hydrogen, I need you. Come to me, please. Thank you. That's all of it. That's unfortunate. Alright, let's see. Is that enough to... Let's see. Let's put these in my ship. I don't need ammo yet. I'm just going to get rid of it. Alright. And if we go to our steel... And we craft more and more. Now we have what I wanted. Alright. So let's see. We need copper. Wants me to find copper and mine it up. There's a humming sack. Interesting. Sodium, copper. More dehydrogen. How are we on dehydrogen? We're at 400. I'm going to say that's fine because we have our launch fuel now. We don't really need that. There's a protection squad for this copper. Alright. And if we do, is it T or R? I think I got it all. Yeah, I got it all. All right. Now, let's see what we got. Okay, so we got the silicon. We do want to keep at least a good bit of that for making the, what do you call it? The glass. All right, so we need to deploy our refiner and make some chromatic oil metal. Okay, let's see. That will be do it through here. So we need to make 30 chromatics.
Technology recharge.
30 chromatic. Inventory, set that, leave that sitting there. What do I have for 1,200? I think that's enough carbon. You can always, like, use more. Oh. What'd you get? Hydrogen. Probably the hydrogen here as well. Alright. So this ain't really a great place for a base. This is kind of flat over here, so we'll do it over here. Alright. There you go. Hi. And the base. I don't see any buildings, unfortunately. Alright. Base computer. Cool. Okay, so now we need to construct a shelter because a storm is about to hit. So 1, 2, back out. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Incoming storm.
1, 4, back out. Door.
Computer online.
Shit, I need some pure deals. Ferret dust, begin. Door. Nope. Door. Roof. More. Need ferret dust for it. Roof. Come on. There we go. And roof here. Boom. And there we go. Now we're protected from the storm. Alright. And if we do this, C, pick this up, move it here. That up. And around, put it there. Alright. Now we just wait for the deal. If we can do our computer. So, earn new blueprints from the creek searching units. Construction researching requires magnetized ferrites. Okay. So I need to take my pure ferrite and make this.
Technology recharge.
Craft carbon nanotubes 1.
Product constructed.
Deploy construction unit.
Weather warning. Incoming storm. Item received.
And this is a cactus planet, not planet. Okay, and pull at the base. Okay, and let's see, we need 4 metal plates.
Product constructed.
Okay, and we need 2 nanocarbon tubes.
Constructed.
And we need construct a base teleport module. Oh, hey. Go. There we go. Oh. Wants me to learn the biofuel reactor. Okay. I mean, I don't need it, but okay. If I can. I'm not sure if I can afford it. Yeah, I got 2 data. So I can learn that. I don't think it wants us to
Base computer online.
Space station. All right, this is where we're going to stop it right here. This has been almost 2 hours. I was expecting maybe an hour only, but we're at 2 hour mark here. So it wants us to go to the space station, which is all the way over there, and we'll do that another time. So I want to thank everybody for watching. We'll come back with more No Man's Sky.
Storm clearing.
I know you probably don't like it because I'm playing on relaxed, but I want to play on relaxed. I have a lot funner time than even normal on relaxed since I've tested it out and everything. I can play on normal if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I just want to play on relaxed. I want to have a nice chill game, not have to worry about certain things like power for the base and everything. So yeah, we'll come back next time. I hope you enjoyed the series, and I'll see y'all then. Bye.